What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Or welcome to the channel. Still relatively new in the space. So, a few things that are very relevant to this lesson, right? I'm sitting down to make two videos. The other one's very closely tied to it because it will be a how to sound like Tim. Universally, any tone that Tim uses for this song, that song, it'll be how to achieve that. So, it's mainly how to sound like Tim. Really for the clickbait, we'll probably upload it twice because it's not a how to sound like Tim video. It is how to sound like anybody from scratch if you have an amp sim. You can even use the default free amp sim set of garbage that comes in any DAW, or even the online and on your mobile phone DAW that we will talk about in just a moment, because that's also very relevant to this lesson. If you look in the description, you'll find the download links to the patches. If you use Amplitude, you can just download the patches. Actually, it'll be a link to my tonenet profile, and I'll upload everything on there. You can go download that patch. I guess remove anything that you don't have the subscription for to use on Amplitude, but it'll still be really close. And also, if you watch that other video, it'll show you how to sound like Tim. And I mean, like, if you've watched any of my other covers, anything like that, I always sound really close to the original songs, don't I? Artifacts and all, right? And that's not easy to get to the level that he utilizes them. But anyway, in the description you will also find a link to a bandlab project. Right now, for starters, I will never promote anything solely just because I'm paid to do it. I'm not paid to promote anything at this point. I genuinely do love bandlab for everything that it does. But you could send me a product. You could send me a product and money. If it's trash, it's coming right back with the money. I make enough money from my business. Yeah, it's just not gonna ever happen. You will never get promoted or told to purchase garbage from me. But that being said, this is entirely free. The best way to think about bandlab is unlimited free cloud storage that is just super well organized for life. You'll have all of your original quality stems. Imagine Drive was just literally designed to be for music projects, you know, stuff like that. Like if you go into your amp sim or whatever standalone, whatever DAW you use, right? You record your DI guitar, export that, put it into the project, hit save. Guess what? You will never not have that DI track. You'll be able to reamp it, because I'm sure anybody that writes their own music, you've been there. Like, man, I wish I still had this recording, or I wish I had the DI so I could reamp it because I just played it the best there. Yeah, you always will. It'll be super organized. Go to project details, scroll all the way down, years later. So in that bandlab project, you will find the thing that was about to just play when I had to relight up my laptop. But you'll find all of the project stems, like all of the instrument stems, isolated guitar, drums, bass, vocals, even though they're just very minimal there, and then others. You'll also find the stems to the cover that we started this video off with. You'll also find the worst practice snap track. It goes on forever too, forever. So, what else? It won't be in there right away, so if you're watching the video earlier, you won't be able to see it, but there'll be a link to a series of videos that will be the only guitar setup series that you will ever need to have a $10,000 quality custom shop playable guitar, right? You see that thing in the background? There's a few other guitars that I've built that I play regularly, right, that are behind the camera. Those will be coming to the channel soon enough. I'm extremely satisfied with my skills as a luthier at this point in my life, and I do know that my setups rival that of a Plek, right? There's a lot more that goes into a setup than just popping it in a neck jig, taking the strings off and throwing it into a CNC machine, and you know, those things will even do the fret filing for you. There's just too much organic aspects to a setup. It takes about a week, and that's not actively working on it 8 hours a day. The guitar's got to settle, man. Like, you got to make sure that neck is straighter than an arrow, and when you're doing your fret leveling and stuff like that, to even be able to achieve it, you know, when you're doing it by hand, you'll be able to contour to any slight imperfections that are in your neck. Because next twist, there's only one truss rod and 6, 7, 8 strings, right? That neck, that's for that series of videos to talk about, right? So, without further ado, I believe I covered everything this time. Let's get into the lesson. And so, here we are, time to learn the song. I don't want to harp on it, but really sometimes these videos take days to make, dude. Sometimes they take weeks to make, you know? This one has taken some time, and I don't just mean the edit at the beginning of the video. So, like and subscribe. Guarantee you will find useful stuff on this channel. So let's get into it, right? Let's focus in on this neck over here. Let's lock it in, please. Cool. And, ooh, that's a noise. That's an annoyance. Let me angle you down a little bit more. Beautiful. So, right into the thing. Something I like to do is something I don't like to do, we'll say that, is I don't like to just say fret number, fret number, fret number. It sucks. It's really hard to follow. So what I'm going to do is, one, I'm going to flip this video to where we're sitting with the neck on the same side of our body, right? I am going to play the phrase, you know, up to where we're at or where we've gotten to. I'm going to chart it out like, you know, little augmented reality going on my fretboard over there. That'll be nice. And then I'll leave a lot to y'all to sound out. It'll make you more familiar with your guitar along the way. Also save some time to where we can focus on things that actually help us play these songs, right? Because this is a simpler Polyphia song. It is. And that's the main reason why I'm not about to go fret number to fret number, right? If I put tabs on the video, they'll take down my video. But we're gonna focus on the nuances, the tone that comes from your fingertips, the play style, those differences, because typically Polyphia is difficult because it's a bunch of shit we've heard before. A bunch of different techniques that are simple to do individually, but stringing them together is the hard part, right? Cool. It's the same thing with these simpler songs, but it's all about the nuanced tonal play style, right? So I'll be stopping to cover that. Things that you're gonna need to know. If you're a new guy coming to learn Polyphia, you should know the pentatonic scale, right? Please tell me you do. And you should also know a G chord, because I mean, I don't know. When I've recorded this several times before, again, I end up saying G on the E instead of the 3rd fret, but it's the 3rd fret when I say G on the E, G chords. And then, so the pentatonic scale, I'll map it out on my fretboard, like, yeah, as well as the different positions you want to be able to start that from, right? So we can see that there, 12th fret's here. Yeah, there, right? So E pentatonic on the 12th fret on the low E. Right? You can start that from the 7th fret on the D, same shape. Right? You You also want to be able to start that from the 14th fret on the D. The reason I say that is because Tim's a freaking genius, and all that work that we did, you know, how to get out of the box now, all that, trying to learn that. Yeah, well, guess what? This whole song's in E, almost exclusively in E pentatonic. Oh man. So now that we're there, we know what shapes we're gonna need. We're also gonna need to know the E pentatonic harmonies, you know, stuff like that, and the So one last time, I'll map out all of the shapes that will be useful to know and will allow you to just play your guitar better from there on out on the fretboard. Right now, pause the video, practice them, learn what those notes sound like, and even if there's going to be doubles, you know, because there's octaves there, you know what the different strings sound like for each note if they're the same note, and you will be able to follow me without me having to tell you what I'm playing. So we're going to start off on the 14th to the 16th fret on the G string, right? We'll say that. So hammer on, pull off, pick, slide, pick. You're gonna walk down the pentatonic shape though, where I said start it from the 14 on the D. So really, like you're creeping along, you know? Real gentle, real staccato. So there's a ghost note in there, that's on the D string. But you're playing it, it's almost the most important thing that you're playing because you're bouncing off of that. That's the root for all your timing to make your stuff start on the upstroke, because that's what it is. Those slides, really abrupt, right? It's almost like the essence of the slide is more audible than the slide itself. So far we are at now we let the slide kind of legato out, you know. This is the only time the song goes out of pentatonic, so I will name the fret numbers for this, but draw the slide up. You want to be able to play that with almost no audible pick attack. Right, so that's 14 or 16 on the G, 14 on the G. I'm just going to say the fret numbers, I'm not going to say the strings, right? So 16, 14, so 13, 12, 14, 12, 11, 14, 13, 14, 13, 11, 12, and back into the right. I hit the little harmony right there just to start it off, and I slide up without it. Little tiny detail makes a difference. So that's the intro, right? Play it one more time slow. Cool. So now we're into the verse, right? Verse is a little bit more complicated to play. Really simple as far as the shapes that you're doing, right? So you're gonna start off with a power chord on the 7th fret of the A string and the 9th fret of the D string. You're gonna bar it up to the G string, right? Nothing matters higher than that because we're not playing it, right? So pick the low E open, hammer on 7 to 9 with your pinky. Oop. That's what we're gonna do, right? So you're gonna come down after you hit the, so let me do that better than that. step down one whole step with that power chord, then you're gonna hybrid pick, right? Great thing to know how to do. You need to know how to do it if you're gonna play Polyphia. The A string, the D string, and then open B. So that's a G on the low E, right? 3rd fret, 2nd fret on the 2nd fret on the G string. Slide up from the 5th to the 7th on the high E, pull off to open. So 12th fret harmonic on the G, B, and E. So we are at back down to that G on the low E, open, walk up to the 3rd on the A, 2nd fret on the D. Like a little bit of a leapfrog, alternating picking up to you hit the open B string, right? Then you're gonna slide up to the 10 on the D, 12 on the G, 14 on the D, 12 on the B, 12 on the G, 12 on the high E. So the first part of it, you're gonna play it how you're naturally gonna play it. Right, you're letting that ring out, and you're gonna contrast it. Hey, my baby, I'm back there. You're gonna contrast it by coming in with staccato. That way you leave some audible room for those artifacts to come through. That one's kind of a split between gentle letting it ring out and articulated staccato, right? But it's that pentatonic shape starting on the A string, 7th fret, right? So that's 7, 10, 7, 7, 7, hammer 1 to 9, bar the G, B, and E. Really, you can even include the D in there on the 12th fret. You really want to kind of jump up and come back down with that pick to be able to hit that high E. I do the harmony. I think he just goes, right? But I do it because I thought I heard that at first, and now it just sounds so right to me to do it. So take your pointer finger and your middle finger, your middle finger, and on the D string, 9th fret, and the G string, 7th fret, you're gonna get rid of the space in between the two of them, right? For the harmony, slide up to the 10 and the 9, and just hammer on the 10th fret on the A string with your ring finger. So same thing, 5th fret harmonic instead of the 12th fret harmonic there. Same thing up to that. Right, you're gonna go up to the 12th fret on the B, G, high E, 10th fret on the high E, open high E, G strings, 12th fret, open E, just a hammer on the 7th fret on the G to the 9th fret on the D. So right, and you're kind of trying to do that gently, like it's almost like you're picking through a chord, right? But the only thing that's stopping those notes from ringing out like a chord is the fact that your hand's not playing them anymore. But you don't want any pick attack, you want it to be gentle, and that's just the way that it sounds when he plays it. So you're gonna bar the G and the B on the 16th fret, hammer on, walk up to the 19th, right? As you go to slide down, you're going to hit, pick, and slide the 17th fret on the B string at the same time. Down to the 13th fret, pull up to the 12, walk down that pentatonic shape. As you get to that point on the D string, right, you're gonna slide down. As your ring finger passes over that 12th fret, you're gonna hit, pick, and slide at the same time down to the 7th fret. So 7th fret, pull off to the 5th. I think you pick it. I think I pick it. I don't know. And then hammer on back to the 7th and slide up to the 9 at the same time. So. Right, so same thing up to the, you're gonna hold it for a second, palm mute and a little bit of a pick accent at the same time. A little bit of Stevie Ray Vaughan shout out there. Right, so pentatonic harmony. Slowly do that 16th fret bar walk up thing. Right, so whole intro, or whole verse is now. Right, so that is 8 on the G, 9 on the G, 11, slide down, like, you know, hit, pick, slide the 9th fret down to the 5th fret, pull off to the 4th, and then on the D string, hammer on and pick the 7th fret. Cool. Verse down. Now, did I miss any nuance in there? I don't think I did. We did pretty good there. Pretty good on time too. So now, let me do this, and we will move on to the catch, right? So, the catch, I tend to actually like to use my middle position because 2 pickups are hotter than 1. 2 pickups. And there's 5th fret harmonics in there. Like I said, I'm not done setting up this guitar. I just got impatient and I stopped it halfway through, like day 2, because I wanted to play my gig guitar, mainly for the Evatune and the pickups, best tone. Yeah, and the action's so low, but the frets aren't all perfectly level. So like the 5th fret harmonic, it touches frets, but it doesn't fret buzz. It just doesn't like to ring out because it's so low. So anyway, on to the catch, right? After you do after you hit that, you're not going to hit the open low E, because I tend to, I mean, if I do it off of instinct, I'm gonna hit it every single time. Don't do that. They're very tonally aware when they wrote the song. It's for the bass. You'll make it sound poopy. So then you're gonna do nothing. Nothing. It's all on the upstroke, right? So nothing, come in 15 to 16. You have a lot of staccato space, you know, silence in between the, almost as much as you can possibly make there be, aside from that palm mute and little pick accent and the notes. And that's going to be contrasted by the sloppy Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of pick thing. I say sloppy, it's not sloppy at all. It's just I'm not going in there with specific intention for what the pick's gonna hit. I'm putting it in the vicinity and playing with my soul, and the pick's hitting whatever the pick is gonna hit, and that's what it's supposed to do, you know? Just like you want to leave that up to chance almost, like. Right? So Like, I'm not trying to hit that note twice. It just is getting hit twice. Slide up to the 16th fret. 5th fret harmonic, E, G, B, right? 13 on the B, 12 on the G. 17, 15, 16. Very important slide there, you know, like really put emphasis on that. And you're gonna stop after you hit the pause, wait for it. The first time we did that, we just hit the G. Right? This time, you're gonna come in with a lot more oomph and a lot more ass to really emphasize, just more. That stop slide, don't just go. You can if you're really new at it, I guess, and you don't care, but you should care. Those are the things that you should be practicing if you are the new guy. You want to focus on those details, man, because that's what makes a great guitar player. Like, you can go and learn how to do all your little fiddly diddly bullshit. I used to be great at that, you know? Now I realize that the good stuff is the nuance, detail, the soul to it, man. The soul to it. But yeah, that concludes all that we are learning from me on the song. As always, stay easy.